This is Gary. Gary, how old are you again, Gary?
I'm 80.
Gary, tell us a little bit about what your pain was like before you had your surgery and engaged in functional movement training.
I used to get pins and needles down both legs.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have terrific pain down the right leg. I couldn't get down satisfactory to pick up items or even working around the house. I would have to stop after a few minutes, and then I visited yourself again, and you gave me three options.
Yep.
One was the fusion, the second was just the course and movement training, and the third was the dangerous in the spine, removing the chips, etc.
How did you feel you were moving? What did it feel like when you tried to walk around and do things around the house before you had surgery?
Difficulty. The wife used to have to make sure that I didn't fall down things like steps, or if I was outside in the garden, I had restricted movements, and I had modifications done to the steps so that I wouldn't trip. And since the operation, I just carry on like a normal person. I can walk and exercise and do all that sort of thing.
And what was the most significant thing you learnt whilst doing functional movement training?
I think I relearnt how to live. To be quite honest, the movement training has taught me the correct way of using my hips, keeping my back straight. It's also enabled me to carry out functional exercises such as stretching, leg movement, and I can roll over quite easily now, and walking I love, and especially along the beach, and I'd have no pain.
And tell us again how old you are, Gary?
I'm 80 years old.
80 years old. And what did you do just recently at home, your project?
The wife and I decided before we went away on our trip around Queensland again, we would landscape the garden, and that's what we did right around the house. We shifted 2.5 cubic metres of top dressing. We landscaped in some more plants, more pathways, and we spent a week and a half in the garden.
And would you have ever been able to do that before
No.
engaging in this treatment?
No.
Not on your chance. And when you were doing that physical activity, were you much more conscious of the way you moved your body?
Not only myself, but the wife kept a good eye on me, and made sure that I used my hip movement.
Yep.
Especially when I was bucketing the cypress pine around the garden.
Wow. And I would hazard a guess that doing that physical activity in the garden was actually contributing to adding further strength to your spine. Because it's like training, it's like exercising, which is why we go and do exercise to get stronger, right?
Yeah, and I've been doing the movement training on Mondays, Wednesday and Friday, and the crew is absolutely excellent.
Fantastic.
They go around and each one checks, and and the company is good too.
Yeah, there's a good vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Gary, that's a fantastic story. Are you happy for me to share this with the world and let them know how it can change your life?
Absolutely.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate that.